Is this
Hello.
working?
Hi, Hannah. Yes, working. How are you?
Hello, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday indeed. Oh my God, what a way to what a thing to do on a Friday.
What
Learn
a
all
way to
about.
kick off my Friday. I've never done anything like this, so apologies for my nerves. I'm slightly anxious, which is so normal. Everybody gets like that, but yeah, I'm very, very excited to be here. So thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here, and there's nothing to be nervous about. We're all very relaxed. Okay, so Hannah, do you want to start by introducing yourself? Who are you? What do you do? And what is TheatreCraft slash masterclass, please?
Awesome. So, hi everyone, I'm Hannah, and just for reference, I am a white woman in my early 20s with long blonde hair, slightly brown as well. I've got highlights, I've got blue eyes, and I'm wearing a black jumper. Behind me is my TheatreCraft background with the pink logo. Hopefully, it's the right way. It looks switched to me, but yeah. So, yeah, I work across two organizations, Masterclass and TheatreCraft, where we support and encourage young people aged 16 to 30 to begin and grow in their careers in the theatre industry. So we do lots of different things. Masterclass is a partner of TheatreCraft. So at Masterclass, we run what we call like our staple masterclasses with industry legends. So that's anything from like acting, directing, designing, did I say directing before? We have a whole host of things basically that happen every month, and it's completely free to sign up, which is awesome. We do lots of ticket offers as well, and partner with people in the industry like LW theatres. So yeah, it's really, really great to get involved in that. So yeah, Masterclass are a partner of TheatreCraft, who is the UK's largest offstage theatre careers event. So that's again for 16 to 30-year-olds. So if you're looking at exploring a career in theatre, definitely have a look at our website, our social media, and we hold one event every year at the Royal Opera House. I know Sarah was just mentioning at the end of her session. So yeah, we're always there. We work with several venues across the West End as well to deliver hundreds of workshops, backstage tours, talks, a big exhibitor marketplace. So it's a really good chance for you to talk to different industry professionals and education providers.
Amazing. And also, just to clarify, TheatreCraft is open to people all across the UK if they want to travel down.
Yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely. It's based in at the Royal Opera House in London. So yeah, you can travel down and come and join us.
amazing. And also, just to clarify, what exactly do you do within?
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry, I completely forgot that bit. So, for Masterclass, I am the program and marketing administrator. So I dabble in everything, which is awesome. And then for TheatreCraft, I am the marketing manager and project administrator. So yeah, I handle with all like the marketing, social media, like liaising with the exhibitors and getting all the finances and things like that sorted.
amazing. Good context for obviously what you're doing now because we're going to go back to what you were like at school. So, when you were the same age as everyone watching, what did you think you were going to be doing? Were you always in love with theatre and performing arts? Like, what, yeah, what were you like?
Always in love with theatre and performing arts. So I grew up going to my local dance school every day after school. I was that stereotypical go to ballet at 4 p.m. girl. So I had this dream that hopefully I'd be dancing with the Royal Ballet. Um, yeah, I was just completely in love with performing and expression and creativity. And although my career path has ended up different, I still use that creativity and expression every day in my working life. So yeah, I always thought that I'd be a dancer, but like here I am, still working in the arts, but just doing something very different.
And when you were at school, did you think that there was only really performer? That was the only job that you could do in that world?
Um, to an extent, because I did like dance drama while I was at school, I always knew that there was all these other offstage roles, but actually until I'd like gone to university and was exploring more about the theatre industry, I didn't really know, which sounds really silly, about like offstage roles and how much of an impact they have. And I obviously knew being on stage that there were all the people off stage, but I didn't have as much knowledge as I do now about offstage roles and like how everything goes hand in hand. You can't have the on stage without the off stage, and that is equally as important. So yeah, like I always knew that like you could do performing, and
Absolutely.
being in the theatre industry when I was at school.
And what skills do you use in your job? Like, what are the kind of, I guess, skills that someone at school might be able to identify that they already have and so might be well suited to the kind of thing that you do?
Oh, great question. So, I'd say the biggest one for me is communication, because I communicate with so many different people, that being able to keep on top of that and being able to be a people person and like build relationships and um, yeah, just being able to like talk to people, I think is really important. Um, Also organization, running across two different organizations can sometimes get really hectic, especially when both of them are really busy. So having good organization skills, being a problem solver, that's always a good one, and being able to adapt to different circumstances. Um, and then yeah, I kind of didn't have like huge specific skills coming into my role. I was always good at like administration and keeping on top of things. And my marketing experience, actually, I learned on the job. I didn't have any marketing experience before I started my job at Masterclass and TheatreCraft. This is something that I've learned along the way, and my fantastic colleagues have really helped me grow and blossom into this journey that I'm going on in the theatre industry. So yeah, it's really nice that I've like learned lots of different things along the way. But I'd say like communication is probably like my biggest one. Yeah, like the biggest skill that I need.
Amazing. And what are the best and worst things about your job?
Oh, I think the best thing about my job is creating so many incredible opportunities for young people and for free. It's so rare nowadays to find creative opportunities that are for free. So being a part of an organization that makes it possible is incredibly rewarding. Um, and yeah, I just think like seeing young people thrive in the arts without the financial barriers is amazing. And I'm really proud of the work that both Masterclass and TheatreCraft do. I would say the most surprising thing is that we're still in some ways having to demystify that the arts, um, and like proving that creative jobs are important and valuable, viable as a career. It's kind of wild to me how many people still think that the arts isn't like a good enough career choice. But honestly, it's one of those things that where if you love what you do and you're passionate about it, that's all that matters. Um, yeah, I just think like it's kind of wild to me that that's something that we still see every day. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are quite a lot of kind of misconceptions, like you're saying, that
Yeah.
are still kind of being thrown around. Can you bust some of those myths right now, putting you on the spot?
Ooh, that's really putting me on the spot. I think it's one of those things where I always say like I'm a living example of it. That like, I grew up dancing all the time and like didn't think that, you know, I would ever do anything different. And there wasn't really much else for me in the arts if I wasn't performing. I was very like narrow-minded and then realized that there was a whole world outside of just performing that I can still be involved in. And, even if you're like not wanting to be a lighting designer, but you have like the skills of being an administrator, there's so many administration jobs that you can do and being able to use your creativity for various different things that I think, yeah, not a lot of people realize like you can follow forward to it. And it's like a great opportunity for a portfolio career. And, like with it being theatre, you will have contracts on different shows if that's the route you want to go down. That will only last for a short period of time, but you can still do other things alongside of it and make it work and then pick up another contract and like have another thing on your portfolio that is, it's definitely possible to do.
Yeah, 100%. I do feel like there's a job for everyone, no matter what their personality
Yeah,
type.
exactly. There's so many different skills that you have that can be implemented into theatre. And sometimes it's these things that you've got absolutely no idea. Like I go to careers fairs all the time and I ask students like, what are you interested in? It's things like, like computer science and like programming things. I'm like, great. Well, like, if you like that and you like video games, like why don't you think about like designing for theatre and, being like a lighting designer because you still have the panel, you still got the controls, you can still program things. So there's lots of different transferable skills that you might not necessarily realize can be put back into theatre.
That's a fantastic example. I love that. In the last couple of minutes that we have, what is your best advice for young people wanting to get into the theatre and performing arts industry?
Don't be afraid. I think this is something that I would love to have told myself as well when I was younger. Don't be afraid and to take every opportunity that comes your way. There's an entire lifetime for personal and professional growth, and your career is whatever you make it. So say yes to experiences and keep your creativity alive, use it to inspire others. I think it's most importantly to like not be afraid to fail, and it's okay to try something, realize that you hate it and try something new, and just to truly figure out what excites you. And at the end of the day, like we're in the creative industries, right? Like we do it because we love it, and you need to use this opportunity to chase what excites you and inspires you and make that your own. I think that's probably the best advice I could give, just to like take every opportunity, run with it. If you hate it, that's totally okay. You can try something new.
Absolutely. I would say that I've definitely learned more from my failures than I have my success.
Absolutely. And like it's so normal. It's totally fine to fail and not enjoy something and like figure out what it is that you really love and that you want to go into and like hone in on your skills. And if you realize that you've got like a skills gap and like identifying what that is and like taking that and running with it. And I just think it's like great to be in this industry and it's so exciting. All these different things are happening and like the world is constantly changing that you can really like get your hands deep into it.
100%. Um, we've had someone just say, please pass on to Hannah what a fantastic first presentation this is. Brilliant.
Oh,
So,
thank you so much. That will make me cry. If
well,
anybody has any questions, you can always email me. My email is hannah@masterclass.org.uk, or you can just go onto the Masterclass website, TheatreCraft website, email the info inbox, and I'm really happy to pick it up and, have a conversation about careers. And if you've got any questions about skills, how I can help, how we can help as organizations, yeah, definitely let me know.
perfect note to end on. Thank you so much, Hannah. That has been a wonderful talk. You really did smash it. You
Thank
absolutely
you so
nailed it.
much.
Thank you so much. I mean, this has opened a floodgate, I imagine, for a whole presenting career that you didn't know.
Oh, like maybe that's the next thing that I go into. Who knows?
Exactly, trial and error. You've got to give it a go. Thank you so much, Hannah. Right, I'm going to make you an attendee now, and we're going to let in the next speakers. See you
Take
soon.
care, everyone.